Welcome back to the Forge. The first pair of sayings that we are going to look at that are held together by a theme is saying 1.1 and 118. And again, I'll just refer to the Thomas Code this time. They would have been the first of the 18 and the last of the 18. And Thomas Code puts them together in a chiastic pattern. When they are put together, you begin to get the idea that the themes are what are important in this manuscript. The theme of these two is encompassing the search. And it's only when you put the two together that you realize the breadth of the search that you are being asked to go and explore. So let me read these two out together. 1.1. Let those who seek not stop seeking until they find, and when they find, they will be troubled. And if they are troubled, they will become amazed, and they will reign over all, and in reigning, they will find rest. 118. Blessed is the one who came into being before coming into being. If you should follow and listen to my words, these stones will minister to you. For there are 5 trees in paradise which are undisturbed summer and winter, and their leaves do not fall. Those two sayings were probably the beginning and end of the original manuscript. And as I explain them, you'll begin to realize what is being asked of you. So 1.1 tells us that those who seek, those are the people who have a calling inside. Those are the people who feel drawn to a spiritual path. And there are many directions that you can go off in. What this path is saying is that when you follow it, there will be times when what is revealed to you is very troubling. It's very disturbing in places. When you go through that which has been hidden is amazing. And there is a time when you get these astonishing awakening moments that you almost cannot believe what's just been shared with you. Reigning over all and finding rest, that's the place of unity. That's the place that people call enlightenment. We're going to call that unity because it is the coming together of the physical and the non-physical sides of you. 118 starts with, blessed is the one who came into being before coming into being. Right there, that tells you that you have a non-physical side of you that you didn't know before. You are not just this physical person. The being which came into being before it came into being is your living spirit. Now, if you go away with just one thing from all of these talks, it is that seed that is being sown there, that you have a living spirit within you that is you. It is a thing that animates you, and that your search is about, firstly, changing your perception and changing your senses so that you can find it. It's an astonishing thing if you just get one thing from here. It is that you have a living spirit, and it isn't supposed to be hidden. You are supposed to live it. It is part of you. It is the reason that you are alive. It is the life within you. And it came into being when the rest of, I'll call it creation, happened. And living spirits within people, within the physical world, in everything we see has got a spirit in it. But the ones within human beings are on a personal journey of reincarnation. They go from person to person to person, and they will have animated hundreds, if not thousands, of lives. Now, people talk about young spirits and they talk about old spirits. It's more to do with experience. And it is the experienced living spirit which will reincarnate into a person who potentially can awaken. But it has to incarnate into a person whose history, whose DNA, whose genealogy has the right ingredients within the physical person for that to happen. When it does, that's when the physical person awakens. And so there are two things that are happening in order for union to happen. The physical person has to go on this search, and the search will be revealed as we go through the sayings. The living spirit, mostly within the vast majority of people, it's like it's sitting at the back of the bus, and it has an effect, but not in the way that it could. So this very first line, blessed is the one who came into being, we are being shown that we have this living spirit and we have to find it. That's how we feel whole. That's how we feel a place of unity. So this saying then continues. If you should follow my words, these stones will minister to you. Now, when these sayings were first written, they were written for the apostles, those who were to go out into the world and share this information. They were the stones, they were the rock, and it will be that you become that place for others. And as these revelations start to happen, as you start to change inside, what you will notice is that you begin to sense and notice others who have that curiosity, who are asking interesting spiritual questions about who they are and what they are and the nature of the world around them. And you'll be drawn to them, and you'll be drawn to help them as well. So the last line says to us, for there are 5 trees in paradise which are undisturbed summer and winter, and their leaves do not fall. The 5 trees in paradise are what has become known as the 5 elements. Now, the 5 elements have been known about by cultures for thousands of years. And it was a way for people to try and explain how the world worked, how the physical world worked. All that we need to know here is that there is an underpinning, governing set of conditions that keep the world in a constant state. I say constant because it is forever changing. And within the 5 elements, they are on a cycle of creation and destruction between them. Now, science has also added in some of those, like gravity or electromagnetism. There are lots of these theories that also explain through science how the world works. And science also tells us that there are molecules and atoms and quarks and all kinds of things spinning around. But actually, mostly what we call the physical world is space. And it's what keeps all of those atoms together to create you, to create a raindrop, to create a tree. So the saying is telling us, look, there is something else for you to discover, and that is that there is a non-physical dimension which underpins this physical world. And we need to expand our understanding and our experience of that non-physical place if we are to find union. So these two are an astonishing start. And the theme that runs through these two is simply encompassing the search. The encompassing is knowing the physical world and beginning to understand the non-physical dimension which underpins. And the key element of that is the discovery of the living spirit, which is the thing that gives you life.